Hello and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Winona and I will be playing the little mad lad today, and I'm with the amazing, wonderful, awesome, creative, very best
Hello.
buddy of mine.
Hi, hello. So Winona is very good at like come on brain. Nope, it's gone. Brain's gone. Down it goes. Hello, I'm I'm due. I'm tired. I am very tired, but I am here. I am also here to have fun. And I play with Winona. They are very nice. He is good, good friend person. Um, if I don't make a lot of sense in this FPS, um, I apologize.
It's okay.
Let's just let's just put it down to the guys I'm playing. Uh,
Yes,
because no brain cell energy will be incredibly easy to achieve.
yes. Look, I hold eeny miny mo very softly.
Don't do not hold them softly. You must hold them with all your might, or they will crush you.
But anyways, we start this FPS out with Mad Lad, who needs to do something that he doesn't like to do, but at the same time, it's one of those things that you have to do every once in a while, which is clean out your hammer space. You gotta figure out what's actually in it for once.
Looking at Eeny, Miny, and Mo, who, in clearing out their hammer space, dumped all of their crap all over Crystal's apartment. Um, I don't
Yeah,
actually know what they're doing with half the stuff they find now. Their hammer space is probably a mess.
yeah. And Mad Lad is actually not at his apartment where the Velvets sit. There, he's actually at Carminia's farmhouse because it's a lot of stuff. He's just like he can't use the whole apartment because people go in and out of it. Is they at least the farm has a chance where he'll be alone for a good chunk of time before someone walks into the farmhouse.
That's true. I'm sorry, um I just imagine someone like Drew comes into like the barn and sees Mad Lad just on the floor, and there's like I don't know what the biggest thing Mad Lad has in his hammer space, but half of it is just on the floor and it's freaking huge, and Drew is not dealing with that. Nope, turns around, leaves. Um, sorry, JJ, I borrowed your character very briefly. Um,
Look,
yeah,
it I
continue.
could see
Sorry, I
that.
keep interrupting you.
Yes, I could see that though. I could totally see that. Just a pile of dynamite and other
Ugh.
explosives.
Reds is slowly inching towards wanting to nibble. Let the giant bug nibble. They want to chew the powder.
Look, Red is specifically is not going to be around because he doesn't want Red to accidentally step on something he shouldn't.
That
He,
is wise.
he is with the other large beetles right now, just having a good time.
But
But
let
yeah,
them roam.
you see a wide assortment of stuff as the camera pans down and say where Mad Lad is. We'll just say it's the barn. Say there's photos, there are items, there are outfits and like clothes that he's like accumulated. Like there's a hula outfit, there's a World War II helmet, there's a flower crown. There's ironically a pirate captain costume. There's headphones. There is a giant plush. There's a ukulele. Like I said, there's a pile of explosives. There's just a lot. And Madla is just right now in the process of just getting everything out. And he, in this process, he pulls out a little treasure chest, which is different from his usual one because he has one that was given to him by his grandparents. This is a more simple one, so he's like, huh? When did I get this? Because it's just like a normal little chest. as he opened it and he sees all the maps and the notes and the memories flood back to him where he was with Eenie, Miny, and Mo and traveling through the forest and finding this behind a waterfall of all things. And
Uh,
he he smiles. He's just like, "Oh yeah, I remember getting this. I haven't say wait a minute." And he just stops for a second. He's like, "Wait a minute, we were supposed to go on this adventure. We never went on this adventure. That's a crime."
Crime against childhood. How dare you promise me a trip and then never take me?
And
You promised me
ironically,
to go to McDonald's.
and
We
ironically,
never went to McDonald's.
it's even more funny because this is technically only like technically this the original FPS has happened like a long time ago. Like it was like the fourth or fifth FPS that I ever did.
I mean, I think you were the second FPS I ever did with Eeny. No, you were the first FPS I did with Eeny, Miny, and Mo. Um, yeah, no, you definitely were, because they only played one game before that, and then I did an FPS with you. So
Yeah,
Mad
they were
Lad
in the
was
same
their
game
first
too.
FPS.
So it's just like that's how they originally met.
This is how they met. They climbed down a waterfall. They did it in a fashion.
Yes, it's hilarious. So Mad Lad looks at the map and notes, looks at his hammer space stuff, looks at his notes, looks at his hammer space stuff. He's like, peck it. We're doing this later. As he then proceeds to stuff everything back into his hammer space. And while he's doing so, but before exactly he does that, he's gonna make a hammer space rule actually. See if he pulls out what he wants to. And which he does with a 10, as he pulls out one of the buddy airplanes and writes a letter to Eenie, Miny, Mo, and tells them where he is, and he swoops it off. Hopefully they'll respond soon so they can go on Happy Pirate Adventure fun times as he stuffs everything back into his hammer space.
Wonderful. So you've sent an airplane off to Eeny, Miny, and Mo, have you?
Yes, yes, I have.
Okay. Okay. Hmm. I'm trying to think. Again, I gave warning. My brain is slow. Um, right. Shakes my brain. Um, okay, let me do a thingy. Let me do a thingy. Let's do a roll, because it's an FPS. It's Toonkind. It's how we roll. Why the
Indeed.
hell is your perception that? Um, what is the command? Is it slash R or exclamation R in here?
Slash. I think.
Yeah,
No, I know. It's exclamation. I just want.
exclamation. Cool.
Yep, it's exclamation. Damn.
So that was a nat 20 on the perception. Um, you know, makes sense. They're probably bored out of their minds. They've probably been traveling for a few days. Going from it's like between odd jobs, as it were. They've probably just come back from having to clear out what they thought was going to be like a cockatrice den.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it actually turned out to be a mutated abyssal chicken, and let's just say they've had a bit of a history with abyssal chickens. They don't like them.
Fair enough.
They are not fond, not
Mm-hmm.
keen. So they're a bit busted up, but because of that, they're also incredibly alert because of how vulnerable they are feeling at the minute.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they all kind of notice this plane coming towards them. Um, and now I have to roll with these because actually, you know what? No, it's all funny. Screw it. They do see the plane coming. They all kind of uh, start to open their beaks, and I'm gonna roll a d3. course it's Mo. Of course it's Mo who opens his beak and who catches the plane and it gets lodged in his mouth with a and his head starts to play a little. Um, and Mo, stop panicking, mate. You're gonna choke, mate. Calm down. Go. Right, Eni, grab his neck. I'll just and Eni kind of bends around, grabs the base of Mo's neck. And he winds his head back and pongs him on the neck. The plane shoots back out into the air, does a couple of flips, and they get up with one of their claws before it can fly away, and open it up and have a look. Mo is still gasping for air.
Yeah.
It's in the note.
It's a Madeline basically writes, "Dear Eeny, Miny, and though, hey, it's been a while since we written. I've been really busy with." Say say, well, we can talk about it later. I want to say I don't want to forget this one thing that I'm writing for. I say we are. I say I was cleaning out my hammer space today, and he does a parentheses mark. He's like, yeah, shocker, but it was getting to such a dismal mess. And then on parentheses, it's just like, and I found the old treasure map in the little chest that we found a while ago. And I was wondering that maybe since I found it and we have the treasure map, we can go on an adventure to find the treasure. I say, I'm currently at currently at a friend's farm. Her name's Carmenia. I'm taking care of it, hence why I've been sort of busy. Also, I became a member of EGAD. I'll tell you about that later too. Say, Carmenia's address is this, and he writes out the address. Say, come see me if you're not busy. We can have an adventure, like old times.
Cool. It's like a pause, and I'm gonna do another roll because, yeah, do they remember? Um, the beaks kind of scrunch up, and they kind of look at each other through the visors because, yeah, they're still wearing that armor. And I don't actually. Do you remember doing? I don't. I don't. I mean, we went through a waterfall, right? Yeah, we went through a waterfall, but Eni? Eni looks at the paper, looks back, shakes his head. Right, okay. Well, he's got something anyway. You know, and it's a if it's gonna be like a treasure hunt, it's better than shivers. More giant chickens. Yeah, I could do without meeting a chicken for a little while. I don't TOC hear you saying that, mate. Well, I mean, let's be real, don't think TOC's gonna mind having us away for a little while either. I mean, really, don't let them hear you say that. And they start to kind of trundle off in a random direction, presumably towards Carmina.
Mm-hmm.
Or Carminia's farm, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
For the sake of expediency, I guess we could just say they get there.
Yeah. Six is
Roll
DBC.
survival.
Yeah. Yeah, Carmenia's. Yeah, I say. You want to roll perception? Sure, you try to find the lad.
Yeah, could do. Rolled 14.
Mad lad's not hiding. I say, you do see the lad. He does look different from what you last remember, but you know that's the lad. And he's over by some fenced areas where you see giant stag beetles. Like, all of them are like real kind stag beetles, except for like one, which is bright red. But Mad Lad is just hanging up by the fence over there, just watching the giant stag beetles like play tussle with Red.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Upon having spotted the boy and the very large beetles, they are going to try. They're gonna. I have to roll this at disadvantage, don't I? Yes, I do. Okay. So 1. Oh, I should have just rolled the.
I mean, you can't get any worse than a
Isn't that
1.
one anyway? Isn't that one? Mad lad, you're enjoying your time watching Red play with the other bugaboos, but you cannot help but hear the sound of clang, 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 clang coming from the trees from nearby. Like it sounds like someone is trying so hard to be subtle, but they just seem to be like accidentally donging against things and bonging against things, and it sounds just like metal crashing through the forest.
Yeah, Bad Lad is immediately turned around and is just like, what the heck is going on? As he looks towards the noise.
Yeah, you look towards the noise and you see like the cartoonish rustle of a bush, and the treetops start to shiver a little bit, and a big shadow comes out from between the bushes, and I mean it is a familiar figure. It's not exactly a very typical shape. It's a large bird figure with 3 long necks and what you presume are 3 heads, but you can't really tell because they've got some fancy armor on.
Yeah.
Though I say fancy. It's kind of dinged up. It's got some scratches and dirt on it, but like they look kind of high tech,
Mm-hmm.
as it were.
Yeah, and Mad Lad sort of cocks his head. Eeny, miny, mo? And he asks questioningly.
The kind of threes in place, and I am just gonna. Sorry, I do lots of rolls. They tell me they need to do a thing, and so I have to make them do it.
That's fine.
Um, cool. The minute they see that you notice them, they freeze. They strike a pose. Kind of stumble a little on one of their steps. Like they have to reposition their feet, and Mo has to kind of nudge Miney's head into the correct like angle so that its beak is just so. Yeah. You hear him. Eh, I suppose that would be us, wouldn't it, Adelaide?
Mad Lad
Comes
just
on nicely.
Mad Lad just smiles and make a strength saving throw as Mad Lad
Oh
is tackle
boy.
hugging them.
Oh boy, strength save. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Aw.
It's a 12.
I mean, they make it. It's only an 8 for Mad Lad. So it's just
Oof.
like it's just a normal hug. Just a normal tackle hug, you could say.
Yeah.
It's a Mad Lad is like, eeny mighty mo! And he just slams into them for a tackle hug. Very happy.
Well, he's gonna hear. Well, he does kind of. You do run for the tackle hug and you kind of slam into the chest plate because they have like a huge chest plate covering their front towards the
It
back.
gongs.
I'd say you don't bang your head. You do manage to get your head on like a patch of fuzz between their necks.
Uh-huh.
Which you do notice is actually the ruffs seem to be a lot smaller than they used to be. But other than that, they seem pretty much the same. And you feel something scruff through your hair, and you hear a yeah, it's us, mate. It's good to see you again. Apparently you've been busy. We've both been busy doing, adventuring things, a range of things, and it's really good to see you again, mate. And this is a funny little place you've got set up here. Kind of looks around. The Beatles, and at the farmhouse, and at the barn.
Mad Lad chuckles. It's not technically mine. I'm looking after it for a friend. Like I mentioned, looking after it for Carmenia, since this is Carmenia's farm. She's away for a bit, but she's supposed to be arriving back soon.
Ah, see, so it's a custody thing. Nods very slowly. Um, no, you don't have to roll insight. You can tell they have no idea what exactly custody thing means.
Yeah, Mad Lad say sort of that. Yeah, you can sort of say like that. But I'm taking care of her bugs, taking care of the housework, and wait, I need to show you something. Red, and Red perks up his head as he comes to the fence and chirps. And Mad Lad zooms over and unlatches the latch to let him out. And say, "I need to show you Red. He's my ranger partner. He's my beast." As Mad Lad jumps onto Red's back, who has a saddle on him, and rides over to Eeny, Miny, and Mo.
Give me a hot minute. Oh, uh, their necks kind of, their heads kind of dip down a little. Um, you come over, and they shake their heads and flick their tail, and how you got yourself a partner already, mate. That's you're going up in the world. You certainly are. Yes, I mean, we don't really need a partner. Not to say we wouldn't like you, on the crew a bit more regularly. It'd be, it's always nice to have a bit of backup and all that. It's just that we don't technically super really need it all the time, we've got each other and everything, but anyway, yeah, this,
Yeah,
interesting little guy you got, where'd you get him?
actually, here on the farm, he popped out of the ground one day and he sort of bonded to me.
Popped out of the ground. And all three of them look at each other and then back at you. Did you grow? Is it a plant? And
No, that would be Snap. Snap is my plant snake. As Mad Lad then takes out Snap. Apparently beetles lay their eggs underground, so whenever they're born, they pop out of the ground.
With an investigation of a 5 total, they have no idea. They have no idea how this thing, but you know what? That explanation makes sense to them. They nod, yeah. Yeah, no, they do. It does make sense, I suppose. I suppose you know, being, Mr. Beetle expert, apparently. Yeah, no, what is that? I don't think I've ever seen something quite like that before. Is it a snake? Or, like, what is it? Is it like a flora or fauna we're dealing with? They kind of just squint and cock their heads from every angle. They just kind of like every few frames, their heads just switch to different places all around Snap.
It's a type of fauna. I feel like it's technically a plant, but also it acts like an animal, as Snap probably just does that snake yawning sort of thing, and just settles down around Mad Lad's neck.
Oh, that's a baby. It's a tiny little guy. Nah, no. Where'd you get him, Mo? No, we're not. I'm just asking questions. Mo, we're not getting one. I'm not asking if we can get one. I'm just asking where you got him. So
Uh,
where'd you get him, mate?
I found him while visiting someone that it was a friend of a friend, and they liked growing a lot of plant creatures like this, and on the way out he popped into my pot because I was getting a pot for Carmenia for Animus, and he didn't want to leave. And you can roll insight on that.
Oh gosh, what is their insight? Oh, okay. That's interesting for you three. 11.
He ain't lying, but he also ain't telling the full truth.
You hear. Well, suppose it's not really super exactly our business now, is it, Mo? Well, I mean, it might be your business. Mo, keep your nose out of it, mate. However you get your hands on it, it looks like it's in good health.
Uh
I
huh.
think. I mean,
Yeah. I say.
yeah, it's not like wilting or nothing.
Mhm. I've been really taking good care of Snap and writing down their likes and dislikes. They really like being in a lot of sun, but also at the same time they like curling around my neck and then like snuggling in underneath my shirt as he sort of like places Snap back to where it was underneath his collar. I'm guessing it's because like it's like part snake and it likes the warmth, and since like we're warm body creatures, and so I radiate off heat that it likes.
You see your three heads kind of bobbing up and down with the occasional Yeah, no, that makes sense, makes sense. Um,
But anyways, where did
and
you
they
get
kind
that
of,
armor? That's so cool.
it was kind of, You can roll an insight if you want.
I will.
Once I do this.
That's a nat 20.
Uh, yeah. You can tell immediately, not only has that question thrown them off guard, um, that question makes them uncomfortable. And you know that whatever's coming out of their mouth next is probably going to be a lie. As they say, it was a gift for, completing one of our jobs, you know. Yeah, we earned this fair and square. Pretty hard work, huh? And they knock on the chest piece. Wow, it is a bit of a, it was a bit of a pain to get off, because we've not really been uh, told how to, so. We're figuring it out though, as we go along.
Mad Lad nods at this. He knows they're lying, but at the same time, it's not all of his business and stuff, but he does say, he's like, well, if you ever do want to need help getting it off, I'm definitely more than willing to help.
We know that, mate, but it's all right. We can do it ourselves, man. We're tough. Yeah, we'll get it off eventually. It's just a matter of time and stuff, innit? With that 20, you can clearly tell Mo is having doubts. There is a clear veil of doubt in Mo.
I'm sure you can. I mean, they say we're rangers. We're tough. They say we gotta stick together though. As Mad Lad, like, he actually does take out his like little backpack thing, and on his backpack you actually sees this in his like redesigned character art. He has the little pen that they originally gave him for becoming a ranger.
Uh, when he flashes the pin, the visors across Eeny Money and Moses' head faces start to twinkle. Like the light just hits them and they start to like glassy. It's like, oh, of course you are. Of course you're tough. Of course you're a ranger just like us, mate. And you've got yourself your own companions. Of course you're tough. So thanks for the offer. And obviously, if we're in need of any assistance, we'll give you a shout.
Yeah.
Anyhow, what's this about a map? You said something about a map.
Ah, yeah. Remember when you took me out to the coast and we climbed down that waterfall, and in behind the waterfall we found a small chest?
We did climb a lot of waterfalls. Well, we climb enough waterfalls for us to get one confused. Was that the one in what's it called? No, it's not in Pixar. We didn't meet in Pixar, did we?
No,
No,
no.
just kind of
No, it was near
scratch.
it was outside Toontown. Actually not too far away from here.
I'm gonna roll another history. Please.
Roll it with advantage since Mad Lad is helping.
Please. Please. I still don't remember after this. Oh my god.
I mean, roll advantage. This is hilarious.
God.
For those in the audience, that's an 8 and a 7.
Yeah. You can hear the sound of their claws scraping against the side of their head as they scratch. It's like, it can't quite bring it to mind, but if you say it happened, it probably did happen. Yeah, it's no biggie. Treasure map. What we got to work with?
Well, and Mad Lad takes out the chest and the treasure map and stuff and shows it to them. We got all of this and some notes too.
Ooh, paper. Very exciting. Eni, do you mind, And Eni just kind of huffs and makes a motion with their head, the rolling eye sort of gesture, and then starts to reaches forward, stops, and then cocks their head towards Mad Lad.
I mean, he will give them the paper.
Flicks him a thumbs up, picks up the papers, puts, starts to like gently unfold the map and place it down, and then starts to kind of leaf through the other papers, whilst Miney and Mo look over the map, squint, and is like, right, so, how, have you ever looked at these at all, or has it just been like, have you just found it, or like,
I took a little look at it to recognize where what it was, but I haven't looked into detail yet. I thought we could do it together. It's been sort of hard for me lately, and I thought this could be one fun thing we could do and say and stuff.
Get slow, synchronized nod from all three of them. Yeah, we get what you mean about things being a bit tough. I mean, we've just come out of a pretty knackering fight ourselves, and you can see as they shake their heads a little. Some of the feathers from underneath the armor kind of like poof off, and there are actually like slight little gashes and stuff that are they're healed, but like they're in the scabbing stage of healing.
Yeah, Mad Lad
They look
nod.
like they've come out of a fight.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like you came out of a tough fight.
Let's just say, if you ever find yourself in there with a chicken, just don't, just don't bother. It don't matter what kind of chicken it is, just don't do it. Chickens are nothing but trouble, mate. If you ever see a chicken on this farm, either run or find as many friends as you can to beat the heck out of it.
Mad
Chickens
Lad
don't
just
bring.
Mad Lad just looks very confused, and he's just like, a chicken did this to you. Like, he's like thinking giant chicken size right now, because he's just like, no way a small chicken could do this.
They look deadly serious. We have no idea the kind of damage a chicken can do to you, mate. Yeah, don't. This points. Maybe this points at a different spot where they have been injured. Yeah, no, chicken can be vicious, real vicious, and that's when they're not trying to outsmart you. That's the worst. When they start using their brains and actually thinking you're a goner, the best thing you can do when you're fighting a chicken is not to fight the chicken. But if you have to fight the chicken, your best bet is to anger it. Make sure that it doesn't think of ways that it can outsmart you. Because once it outsmarts you, you're a goner. And all three of them just nod their heads very solemnly.
Mad Lad just accepts it. He's like, okay, duly noted.
Mental note, do not engage with chickens. At least not alone.
Mad Lad says like, noted. I had a big sort of fight with spiders lately, and well, it didn't go well. Like, we survived, but and say it was sort of really the first loss I really had, and it's been sort of. I don't want to make this sad or anything. It's just like it's been weighing on my mind.
Uh, you feel something uh, heavy but gentle land on your shoulder and give a very gentle squeeze. It's alright, mate. You know, things happen whilst you're out there. It's part of the hero's journey. You face trouble and difficulties and you overcome them. And whilst it's not something real happy you want to think about, you know, it's. We're always around. Well, we're not always around. We're not always around. But we're always, you know, we're only a letter away if you want to talk about it. I can't say we'd be able to give you much advice, but we'll listen to you, mate.
Mad Lad smiles. Thanks. That does mean a lot. And don't forget to write to me too. I've missed you guys.
But listen, we're always on the road. We don't always have pen and parchment to hand. And sometimes we don't really have a spare claw to write, to be fair. Usually using our feet for running, so and we're not exactly well. The only one that's somewhat decent with a pen, pencil, quill is Eni, and we both glance over at Eni, who has been like dutifully sorting these papers into piles of relevance. Perhaps you don't know how, but there is a system here. He's been a bit non-compliant recently.
Mad Lad nods. Fair enough, fair enough. I say, but let's get focused on this treasure hunt. I'm really excited.
You and us both, mate. And they all nod their heads. Right, let's put our heads together and actually get this done then. Enough chit chat. Let's get into it. And
Investigation?
yes, that's what I was gonna say. What's your investigation?
Alrighty. Oh my god, that's another nat 20. That's another
Okay.
nat 20.
Okay, I think it does make sense as to why you got a nat 20 for this though. So I'm gonna go with you first. Actually, no, because I got 14, so I'll go
Yeah.
with what Eeny Money might get first. So Eeny Money may look these over. Yeah, it seems to be like nautical records, or at
Mm-hmm.
least like there's one pile that is ports that have been stopped at, and like the dates and times kind of sort of match up to
Mm-hmm.
about like 50, 60 years ago, sort of around that time. And it's got a list logs of all ports of call. There's another one that has. You can't actually tell what this is, but you can tell it's in some kind of code, but you can't tell what that code is. And then the third pile is it seems to be it just seems to be a bunch of scribbles, like some like lines that go from one piece of paper like off the pieces of paper. They don't seem to be connected to anything else. It's just a line. One of them's like diagonally across the paper, one is like a half crescent, one is just straight up a circle in the middle. Don't seem to have much rhyme or reason to them. And the map, the map you were given. Obviously, there is the letter as well that you were given. Don't remember the exact wording, but I do know there was a map involved, and the map doesn't make sense. Want to roll me a history?
Alright. Alright, that is going to be a. Where is the history? That's going to be an 11.
Okay. You say with advantage.
Alright.
See what happens.
Okay, that's a dirty 20. Okay, that's better.
Cool. Yeah, that makes more sense. So you kind of struggle at first to figure out why this map looks weird to you because it's definitely a nautical map. All of the things that should be here are here. Like the grid system, like the layout system is fine. There's the compass points are fine. You notice that like all the continents are in the right place as well. You notice that the names of certain places don't match up. Like there's one point that you know for sure because of your history of, well, being raised on a pirate ship, you know that this place is called this and this place is called that. Notice that some of them have their names swapped, and there are some places on here you've never even heard of before, and you're from a pirate ship. You would have heard about these sorts of things, but you have never been to these places. Upon coastlines you've not even thought of, like you've never been to before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's also place kind of circled, like everything has sort of been circled in some kind of ink. Um, there is a place circled in bluey turquoisey green ink. Um, it's it's around the mountain range of Furuma in the northeastern area.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it seems to be near a tiny little delta between one of the rivers mountain, the mountain river to the sea.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you've got. But other than the names being all mixed up in different places, and the sorry, I know this is a long explanation.
Don't worry
Um,
about it.
I'm trying to be succinct, but I'm also like I'm
It's
making sure you've
okay.
got
Yeah.
this. Yes. Do you need me to summarize what I've told you?
I think I'm good for right now because I have an idea. It's just like, does it have to do with the code? Like, he is wondering now. It's just like, yeah, this word is supposed to say that. Is supposed to say that. That's supposed to say that. It's like, wait a minute. If anything's coded, maybe that has to do. Maybe that's how you break the code. You say you basically sort of like put the words next to it and sort of like decode it that way.
Um, hmm. I mean, you can. So, what you're trying to use the mismatched map to decode the coded thing?
Yeah,
What you're trying to
because he's
say?
just like, what if that's a hint to what how you break the code? Because yeah, that place is a you never heard of that place, but maybe that's on purpose. Maybe they say maybe you're supposed to spell it out and like maybe the letters match up to like the is a is a the letters sort of match up and like that's how you like figure out what the code is.
Hmm. Well, if you're looking at that piece of paper, then with
Mhm.
the weird names you've never heard of and the mismatched, like town names and port names, and then you look at the code, don't really see like a matchup of any sort. Um, whilst you're looking at that, you do hear the boys mutter. So, what? So we've got like a record of places they've been, I think. Yeah, it looks like it. Uh, it's from about 60 years ago. I mean, are some of these ports even still open? I don't know, mate. I mean, again, we're not exactly seafaring birds, are we? I suppose not, but uh,
Yeah.
yeah, what you got over there, Midland?
Mad Lad would probably point out which ports are open and which ones he's never heard of. It also tells them what he's sort of like gotten at while looking at this map.
You see them all kind of slowly nod. And they kind of look at what they've got, then look at that piece of paper, and I'm gonna roll them. You can also roll an intelligence if you like.
Alright? Intelligence.
Oh, I love you guys. love you guys so
It's
much.
ironic because because I got a 15.
Oh my god. So whilst you are looking at this, you probably hear the very literal clanging of them banging their heads together, trying to figure out how this goes where, and you probably hear them start to bicker in the background. As you look at this, you look at the three different kinds of papers. Um, Firstly, you realise that with this nautical map, yes, you've got like you get the lined grids where it's like
Mm-hmm.
battleships where you have like sea. Have you played battleships before?
Yes, I have.
So it's got like C4
Yeah.
or like D8, that kind of thing. It's that kind of layout.
Yeah.
Um, and if you look at the if you look at that with the code, it doesn't really make that much sense. If you look at the places that they've been, like the stops they've made, if you look at the dates and then look at the spot that it is on the map, do notice that there is a letter on that map that just so happens to be directly on those coordinates. Um, that seems to spell out something. But
That
there's a kind of a long list and it might take you a little while.
yeah.
There's
That
quite a few places.
yeah, and he does like roll hammer space. He does. That's a fumble actually.
Uh,
Let's see
Fumble
what he
time.
Let's see what he fumbles. He hasn't fumbled in a while.
Yay!
That's an 8. He gets a handful of what looks to be blueberries, but he knows his glueberries. And Mad Lad quickly puts them away because he knows like those are very tasty. And he does not want eat any of the heads eating that. He's like, nope.
I'm sorry, could you roll me a deck save? Because it's gonna be on site the minute that you bring food out.
Mad Lad is, Mad Lad is gonna yell, no. That's
Why is
it.
it
Okay.
there?
That's a all right. It's a high one. So that's a
Oh,
19 plus 6.
oh, I got a whole freaking 9. Yeah, you get to put your food away.
It's supposed to be
But
a
you do
5,
hear
but
like the clacking of a beak. Um,
no, these are blueberries. No, these are dangerous. As he puts them away. Didn't mean to take those out.
blueberries. What was it? Should I roll the nature to figure out what that is?
They wouldn't have heard of it. This is actually from Grem's shop back in the day.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, no, they wouldn't know what that is. What's a blueberry? Is it like?
It's a
Is it like?
it's a semi cursed magical say berries where if you eat them in well if you chew them it will stick your mouth together for a couple hours. They taste delicious, but they you won't be able to talk or eat until they dissolve.
You see all three heads just kind of reel back and gasp, and one of the clawed feet reaches up to grip at their chest plate. They all look positively horrified.
Like you can still
Certainly.
breathe and stuff through your mouth, but say you can't eat nor say anything.
Uh, you see Enie's head and neck visibly shiver and rear back even further. It's not being able to eat. I mean, that might actually be good for Eni. Gets a peck on the side of the head. Ow! But not being able to speak. That's. I mean, that'd be hell for Marnie. I think you might actually just collapse, Marnie. I mean, I could do it. Just be really difficult not to be able to, say anything. I need to say something. I have to rely on you two to do it. What do you mean rely? Oh, you have to rely on us for other stuff. Yeah, for like swords and stuff. I'm the speaker of us lot. Oh, really? Is that how it is then? Yeah, it is how it is. And you tell they're gearing up for another
Yeah,
friendly.
say Mad Lad's like, yeah. I mean, I found these so just in case if I like had to go against a spellcaster, they wouldn't be able to use like half their spells because a lot of spells are somatic. But let me say, I was gonna get out paper because he then tells them what he has found. And with a 9, he is able to get out paper and starts writing stuff down.
Neat. Um, so, hmm. What was your intelligence before 15?
I say I rolled a 15. My intelligence as a character is a 15, so I get a +2 to intelligence checks.
Oh, okay. So if you've already rolled it, what did you roll last time then? Oh, you
Um,
got a dirty 20, was it?
it was the dirty 20, yeah.
Yeah, okay, it's a dirty 20. Okay. So with a dirty 20, it does take a little bit of going, but you managed to get quite a bit of it done. This is a little more complex, and honestly, to you, it seems a bit convoluted the way they've done this.
Mhm.
Um, but you do eventually get like the bare bones of a general area. Um, uh, Sorry, my brain's just exploded.
No,
Give
you're
me a
fine.
second. Uh, Sorry, give me a sec.
It's okay.
Hey guys. Okay. So you do eventually manage to figure out some like the first line of the code.
Mhm.
Um, and it, mm, sorry, my brain is folded real hard on this part.
It's all
It's
right.
forgotten what I forgot what I was gonna do with this bit. I'm real sorry.
It's
Um,
okay.
I think it's. I think the best thing I can think to say is you've gotten quite a bit of it sorted. Um, oh no, I'm sorry, my brain's just gone.
No, you're fine.
Um,
Is a maybe is a they eventually crack the code and they find where it is.
um, it gives you the first sentence gives you a name, a location, and a time.
Mhm.
I will say that the time listed is about 10 years ago.
All right. In Mad Lad, like as he does this or like gets reads this out to Eenie and Mighty Mo. It's 10 years ago, but we got a location.
At that, they spring up onto their feet and start kind of hopping around in place. Um, right, so we know where we're going then. We've got a. We can't quite leave yet though, can we? Because you got this. And they kind of look around.
Oh, I already
At
got my
the
chores done while I was waiting for you guys.
Well, it depends on how far away it is and how long we're gonna be gone. You know, it's. I
I,
mean,
I
I mean,
say,
come on, man.
I mean, there's other people that are helping with the farm too. I'm gonna write a note to them to say that I'm gonna be going off on a little adventure. And say I'll be. say I'll be gone for a couple days or so, and that should be good because like they'll know what to do. Is say if that is say when they see the note. Because I've done this
Uh,
before because I worked with EGAD and sometimes I have to go off on a couple days missions.
okay. Yeah, that was just gonna give you a eager little nod. And then they're gonna like tap you again on the shoulder very gently. Right then, if you know whereabouts we'd be heading off to, lead the way then, Mr. Ranger.
Will
Um,
do. And where are they going to?
um. Oh, come on, brain. Come on, brain. Come on, brain. No, no, it's gone. Sorry, I think my brain's just sort of kaputted. um, um, it might be better if it's okay. Could we maybe continue this at another point? Because my brain has just sort of plooped.
No, you're
I'm
fine.
sorry.
Yeah, we can make this a part two. And
Thank
say,
you. Sorry for people. If anyone is listening to this, I'm sorry. My brain is not doing thinking at the minute.
it's okay. I pat you.
Um, Thank you. Um, yeah, this was fun. Thank you, Winona.
No
Uh,
problem.
this was good, and hopefully in the next time I will be more prepared and more awake and able to do all the things, and it will be good.
Yeah. Let's say until next time, folks. We'll see you later. Have a good time zone.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.